In the following Leetcode problem, you're given a binary tree and you have to determine if it is height balanced or not. What is the height balanced binary tree? You can find out in my previous video. But shortly speaking, it is a tree where the height of the left subtree is not more than 1 with the height of the right subtree, which means that you have to iterate through each subtree and use a recursive function. Since we have to create inside a recursive function, I will type recursive and I will call it also recursive, and I will put as a parameter node, and before I proceed, I want to type a return statement of the is-balance function. In the return statement, we want to return either true or false. True, it means that the tree is height binary, height balanced. False is the opposite. In the return statement, we are returning the recursive function. We need to type in root because the parameter of is-balance function is root, and if it is not -1, then it will return true. In the recursive function, we have to go through each step that will check all the conditions. If they are failing the conditions, then it should return -1. First step of this function is the same as in the previous video. We want to check if there is the root, if it exists. If not, return 0. Next, you want to check the height of each subtree. We start from the left subtree. Call the recursive function again, but this time we start from the left subtree, which means that we start from 9. Our new root is 9 right now. If the left subtree is -1, you return -1 in order to pass the condition here. Next step, of course, you want to check the right subtree. It's the same, so I will copy paste it, but instead of the left node, you want to check the right node, and here should be also right. Once we have the height of each subtree, we want to find the difference between those subtrees. If left minus right is more than 1, return -1, because it means that the condition of a binary height balanced tree basically failed. Here the parentheses, and also we want to use the function ABS. In case of negative output, it will give you the positive output. Imagine that in the first example, left, if you are counting from here, it will be 1. If you are counting from here, it should go further, and you have 2. 1 minus 2 is -1. It's still the difference between those two subtrees is only 1. That's why you need the positive value. -1 becomes 1 according to the ABS function. the recursive function needs to have a return function. As a return function, you want to return the maximum height of each subtrees, left and right. Test it. The problem is that we are using return without any value. It should be 0. Let's try it again.